We all chase success, don't we? I mean, career wins, good health, happy relationships. But what if our usual idea of success misses something deeper, maybe something eternal? Today, we're doing a deep dive into some powerful sources that really challenge those conventional views, sort of head on.
Yeah, exactly. Our mission here is to unpack the Quranic idea of success, what it really means from our creator's viewpoint, and the specific path he laid out to get there, plus the ultimate lasting rewards. We'll be trying to separate those temporary earthly gains from, well, the eternal triumph.
You know what immediately struck me in these sources is how they shift your perspective right away. Worldly life, all its joys and goals, it's described pretty profoundly as an illusion or deceiving enjoyment. That's quite a starting point, isn't it?
It really is. And look, this doesn't mean earthly life is worthless. Not at all. It's more about emphasizing that it's, well, temporary, transient. True value, as another source highlights, lies in the good deeds that actually last beyond this world. So the most critical definition of success has to come from the one who made us, focusing on what matters eternally.
Right. Understanding it's temporary really reframes everything. So the big question these sources seem to tackle is, okay, how do we cross this bridge of worldly life the right way? And our deep dive points to two critical guides, inseparable ones, actually.
Exactly. You've got the external compass,
Hmm.
the Noble Quran, and this one is Prophet Muhammad's teachings and example. But then there's also the internal guide, something innate, our conscience, that built-in sense of right and wrong. One source, Surah Ash-Shams, makes this striking link. Success comes from growing that conscience. It literally says, he's indeed successful who causes it to grow, and he's indeed a failure who stunts it. So this inner journey is about cultivating your soul, the nafs, moving it from being ruled by desires towards being self-aware, self-approaching, and finally finding that state of tranquility.
Wow, that inner transformation sounds, well, it sounds really challenging. Did the sources warn us about common pitfalls, things that stop us cultivating this conscience, or maybe just lay out a clear path?
Well, the path of that lasting success is actually laid out remarkably clearly, very concise. Our sources emphasize four key qualities. They're famously summed up in a very short chapter, Surah Al-As. Many see it as distilling the Quran's core message.
Okay, four qualities.
And they are, right? First, believing in one God. Second, doing righteous deeds. Third, encouraging others towards truth. And fourth, counseling patience. And righteous deeds, that covers a lot. It's about lining up your actions with God's guidance inside and out. Things like humble prayer, consistent charity, specifically zakat, that annual offering, and avoiding excessive interest or usury. It's also about sincere repentance, like learning from Prophet Adam's example. Even things like migrating if your faith is under threat. And beyond those, avoiding pointless talk, guarding your modesty, keeping your promises, all vital parts of it.
Okay, so that maps out the road to success. What about the detours? The things that lead to failure, according to these teachings?
That's a crucial point. What should we actively avoid? The material we looked at is very clear about actions that basically sabotage eternal success. Things like disbelief, hypocrisy, outward faith, but inner deceit, denying God's revelations, and practicing wizardry are all explicitly condemned. And there's also a specific prophetic tradition listing 7 major sins, actions that really put success in jeopardy, like associating partners with God, unlawful killing, taking orphans' wealth, dealing in interest, running from battle, and slandering innocent people. These break fundamental rules.
A very stark contrast to the path of success, definitely. So for someone who really tries to follow this path, what's the outcome? What can they expect? The sources mention present victory and God's help in this world. We see that in stories of prophets like Noah or Yusuf. But there's something much bigger too, right?
Oh, absolutely. The ultimate reward, the supreme triumph in the hereafter. That includes having your bad deeds forgiven, being safe from hell, and entering gardens of eternal delight. But maybe the highest reward, the most sought-after honor, is Allah's acceptance and pleasure, as one verse puts it. Allah taking pleasure in them and they in him. And this peaks, according to some traditions, with the incredible blessing of actually seeing Allah's countenance, a reward that's, well, almost beyond our grasp.
It's fascinating. This whole deep dive shows a definition of success that goes so far beyond just material things. It's really a call towards a spiritual journey, aiming for an eternal destiny.
It is. It's a profound invitation, really.
Yeah.
A call to fine-tune that inner compass and align your life with divine guidance. So the question for you listening is, what small conscious step could you take today? Something to nurture your conscience and strive for that supreme lasting triumph.